Okay, so I'm going to attempt to make a wooden slide. Never made one before. We'll see how it goes. Daughter is just turning 2. Her birthday's tomorrow. I don't know if I'll finish it by then, but we'll see. So anyways, here's the plans that I drew up. And so, 21 inches tall, have a staircase on the side, slide on the other side. I might put some panels behind the back. This isn't exactly probably how it'll look, but hopefully we'll be close. And yeah, so I don't know what I'm doing, but hopefully it turns out okay. Alright, so I got the first part done. Couple little supports. I'm going to have to connect them together. There's a slight problem, which is that if I line this up, it doesn't quite line up on the other side, but I'm hoping that when I just screw it all together, it'll just kind of work. But we'll find out. Okay, so here it is, all connected together, main frame. So now I'm going to be placing some boards up top for support, and then also down below, all the way around, and we'll see if that straightens everything up. As it is now, it's a little wobbly, but with extra support, I think it'll work out. Alright, so as a side note, I decided to put a little bit of weight on here before I was drilling and screwing the supports in, and just see if we have it pretty level here, which looks like it is not too bad. So this extra weight will just help it so that when I screw these things on, they'll be pretty straight. So that's all. Okay, I just finished the top supports. So far, so good. Looking pretty good. I'm going to start on the bottom ones in just a little bit. Alright, so we finished all the supports. There they are. For the bottom supports, I used the 1 3/4 inch screw. So if you look at how far that goes through, you can see that it's not all the way through, which is good. And then for the middle supports, I used the 3 inch, which will go pretty far in, so that should be good support. And also I did some, just to make sure that the screws don't collide in the middle, I did kind of a down on one side and more up on the other, so that the screws won't hit each other. That's about it. Next step is to do the plywood platform in the middle. Make sure to wear protective gear when cutting. One cut. Okay, so for another safety tip, don't film while cutting. Alright, so for the next part, I need to cut these corners. When I cut the sides, I used a circular saw And for the corners, I'm going to use a jigsaw. And there you have it. Cut out the notches for the corners. And those look pretty good. Over there. And it's pretty stable. Should probably check and see if it's still level. And it's pretty good. Alright. So for the next part, I'm going to actually build the slide. I'm using this, it's like a bathroom wall stuff, but it's actually pretty smooth on the back. So I'm going to use the back side for the slide. And then I have some 2x4s for sort of the railing on the slide. And I'm going to use this for the back for support. Alright, so I finished the slide. Here's what it looks like. This is actually the back. And so I have these supports, 4 of them. This is the back side. Remember, we were using the other side because it's more smooth. So that's what it looks like on the slidey side. So that should be pretty good. So then we just gotta mount it onto our frame there. We'll see how that goes. Alright, so now we've got the slide on. There it is. Hopefully it's not too steep. We'll see. I used the 3-inch screws here right to attach it. And so what I did is I drew a line so that I'd be able to drill through and then through again, and I would know the angle at which to drill, because my drill bit was not long enough. It's not 3 inches. So. And I did the same thing on the other side, and there you go. And then I could drill it in, and so there's a small seam there, but it's not too bad. So looks good. Seems pretty smooth. Next is the stairs. Okay, so for the stairs, they're going to be 7 inches tall and 7 inches deep. So that means that we have 5 inches, and then the full side here is 10. So if we look at that on our board, that means this is 10. These are 7. And these are 5. These are also 7. So I can measure those out. And I can just kind of connect the dots. 5 inches here, 5 inches there, and then connect them, and that's a 7. 7, 5, 7, 7, 5. And that's also 7. Okay, so there's our lines. Here's our cutting lines. We're going to cut stairs. This will be on the floor, and this will be against our slide. Okay. Alright, well, there's one. I just gotta trace it and make another one. So I just made all my cuts, and that's what it looks like. There's nothing's drilled in yet. I would have liked this to be a little bit longer, to overhang a little, but I guess that'll do. So I cut these to be 7 inches, and I was thinking because this pushed it out a little that it would overhang, but there's also this one. So if I actually wanted to overhang, I'd need to cut it another ½ inch or whatever, but I think that's fine. That'll work. Alright, now I just gotta drill them. Alright, there it is. I just used 1 screw because I was running out of screws, and I figured that would probably be enough anyway. 2 up there, but the rest are all 1. But it's pretty sturdy. It's not going anywhere. And so yeah, there it is. I may have to stop because my daughter is going to bed and all the drilling and sawing, you know, yeah. But I still might have enough time tomorrow to finish it up in time to give it to her. Although I'm going to have to sand it and stuff so she doesn't get any slivers. I'd like to put a layer of polyurethane on it too, but that might not happen. We'll see. Okay, so it's now the next morning, and so I've got to try to finish it up today. This is where we were, and one thing I forgot is there's no railing, so ideally the railing would go, you know, somewhere up here, come down, and then it would actually be kind of nice if it could be inside. So I would actually cut a notch out and then cut, you know, that part out and then actually stick it in there. This board would screw into it, but that's a lot more work. So I might just kind of tack it on the side there. Yep. But I think I might start with sanding it first. Okay, so I've sanded it, and so it's nice and smooth now on here. Another thing I did is I unscrewed these, and then I used a guided drill bit here to kind of make a little divot for it, so the screw could be sunk. That way she wouldn't catch on the screw heads that are closed or anything. I did that on the stairs too. So all those should be down, and then I can probably fill those holes with some wood filler or something like that. And there you go. Yeah, I don't know if I'll do the railing. We'll see. So I added the polyurethane. I took it apart so it'd be a little easier to apply. So there's the 3 different pieces. And I filled in the holes. And I filled in the holes on the steps too. And so now all there is to wait for it to dry and then bring it upstairs and reassemble it.
What is it, Lily? What's that, Lily? Is that for Lily?
Oh, your dress.
Yay! Good job, Lily. Take a bow. Do it again. Take a bow.
So I'd say that was a success. My daughter really loved it. She went down again and again. It's really awesome. Wasn't able to finish the handrail, but looks like it didn't really need it anyway. But yeah, I'll put the cuts in the description so you can check it out if you plan on making it yourself.